Mersey Green Resource Map on Quaker Vision. Our Quaker Vision, bringing in the Kingdom of God. From Quaker Faith and Practice 25:11. As consumers, producers and investors, or as travellers, readers and campaigners, we can be active in support of 2/3 world. Our use of energy connects us directly to the greenhouse effect and to world food supplies. Our bank interest rates link us to the debt burdens which are forcing many countries to destroy their environment to produce cash crops and foreign currency. Our ability to acquire knowledge gives us the chance to act as a mouthpiece on behalf of the environment and the poor who are suffering most from its destruction. Indeed, we have the responsibility to use that knowledge wisely. Ruth Todd, 1990. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Where has the idea for our Mersey Green Resource Map come from? Several yearly meeting minutes over the last few years concern the climate crisis and the need to reimagine our economic system. Recently, several area meetings have sent minutes to our Meetings for Sufferings, asking that greater priority be given to climate work. In response to this, the Economics and Sustainability staff and committee within Quaker Peace and Social Witness have been considering how we can be more ambitious in our work on climate. A number of meetings who have formed a new economy reading group to think about economic justice have been asking what can they do next. The QPSW Economics and Sustainability Subcommittee spent time discerning a way forward, and since then it has been developed further by staff at Friends House. A particular emphasis was placed on the importance of working together with other local initiatives that are working to similar aims. We particularly campaign for racial justice, climate justice, and for peace. These are all connected, we believe. What is the solidarity economy? It's made up of lots of different types of activity, informal meetings, grassroots organisations and local community groups, through to businesses, associations, networks and networks of organisations. These initiatives have been created to meet a need within a local community that isn't being met by our mainstream economy. To support ethical and sustainable development, the real needs of people and our planet are secondary to the creation of profit. Solidarity economy initiatives share a set of values: participatory, democracy, equity, sustainability, pluralism, and that there isn't a single right way to create a just and sustainable world. Solidarity is upholding cooperation and sharing above competition and individualism. This is to a very large extent what QPSW has been calling the new economy. It is a new term for Britain yearly meeting, and the Economics and Sustainability team has not definitely decided to use this language. So we're particularly calling out to Quakers to express their views. Our Quaker Vision. This project is about supporting groups working in the solidarity economy to explore and strengthen their role in the zero carbon transition through reflection and discussion, network building and political engagement. The project was envisaged as taking place in 2 phases. Phase 1 focuses on mapping and network building. It provides an opportunity to involve busy community businesses alongside community groups. Phase 1 also includes time for identifying and talking to more marginalised communities and allowing networking to find out what is needed to support their work. It was planned that there would be events supporting groups to explore their role in a just transition. Completion of this groundwork would be needed in order to move on to Phase 2. Phase 2. This was to provide training and support for businesses and voluntary groups on the map to enable their engagement. The exact needs would be tailored to the local group and led by them. Suggestions made at the time included help for applying for grant funding and lobbying for political change. It was always hoped that it would be possible to fund Phase 1 and that the work undertaken would form the justification for funding Phase 2. Unfortunately, the 7 bids were rejected because Friends Provident deemed them to be too ambitious. In Liverpool, the decision was made to explore ways we could continue the project unfunded in order to build a case for funding later. This was the grant funding stream we had hoped to use. Liverpool Quaker Meeting Zero Carbon Project. QPSW arranged for each local meeting to be invited to submit a bid to be adopted as one of the 3 projects, and Liverpool Quaker Meeting made the decision to put a project forward. And below are the minutes of the Quaker Meeting on Sunday the 6th of October 2019. The local meeting considered the Zero Carbon Project and was supportive of it, and it was agreed that we would apply. This is a photograph of our first map jam. People were asked to put their knowledge to work and record local businesses and organisations that were involved in the green economy and place them on the map. Our local meeting and our area meeting agreed that our project was in a good position to apply for funding at some future date because we already had a track record of working with our partners Transition Liverpool. It had provided networking and education through Transition Cafe since 2010. At the annual symposium in 2019, the picture I showed you a minute ago, over 100 green ethical businesses and organisations were identified as a part of the plan to map green businesses within Mersey region. This gave us a head start when launching the mapping project. Mersey region has some of the most deprived areas in the country. It agreed to make the library store available part-time as an office. After Julia, Dinah and I were interviewed by Oliver Hanks at Friends House, our project was adopted. When COVID struck, it was agreed that we would carry on regardless and meet over Zoom. Since then, we continued to meet via Zoom weekly and more recently monthly. We've selected the parts of the work that we could achieve electronically, for example, contacting the Solidarity Economy Association to ask them to make us a map. which we now use, developing our knowledge of other similar mapping projects, writing relevant articles for Facebook and Twitter, creating a mapping page on the Transition website. We formed a partnership with Wirral Environmental Network and with Newbridge, and we planned for the launch and putting businesses on the map. Our map is now live. It has over 130 organisations, and we hold regular meetings for people to record their work and share ideas with others. And we are continuing the work of expanding the number on the map